we have on the phone all the way from down Canberra way, Pastor Justin Lawman, to talk about all things politics and prophecy. How are you going this morning, Justin?
Mate, I'm going all right, and I've got to say that ad campaign, is it Golden Eagle jeans?
American Eagle.
American Eagle. That's like the most brilliant campaign because here are we discussing it. This is publicity that you can't pay for that.
I think it was smart from the fact that they just hired a pretty actress and they did an awesome, like it was a good pun. I don't know if they expected this backlash. Honestly, I didn't know where it was coming from.
They would invite it. This is brilliant.
100% they would invite it, and they're winning because of it. Everyone's talking about it. So yeah. Still, this is months later.
The publicity's
still
free.
Talking about it. Yeah.
Yep.
100%. Hey, what's happening in the world of politics and prophecy?
Mate, I should acknowledge John Laws first off. Passed away this morning.
Yeah, wow. Radio
big
announcer.
Influence in the 1980s and 90s. You wouldn't remember them very well, Lawson. He was massive, and his impact, and he was very brutal. And he didn't take a backward step on the radio. And I think that was the shock jock sort of value of it all. Amazing personality in Australian culture and had a massive influence. So, yeah, just pay our respects to John Laws. He wasn't a Christian guy. He used to call God a female, her all the time. And
interesting.
Lots of sort of poke Christians in the face, but who knows what he really thought deep down. That was a part of the show. But he's passed away at 90 years of age, and I think he's the original real talkback guy in Australia that everyone sort of tried to emulate.
Yeah, wow. Powerful stuff. Well, I mean, passed away now, and there are many people living out his legacy, and thankfully we here on Faith FM, get to use that platform to talk about Jesus and the amazing things that he's done to us, but also the things that are happening around the world as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Suzanne Ley, the leader of the Liberal Party in Australia.
Yes.
Which makes her the coalition leader as well. There's talk that she won't make it through this week. We will see. Poor Susan. I saw her at the Henty Field Days the other day. She had a stand there and was chatting with people. She's from down Albury way. So I'm not sure she's going to make it much longer, whether it's this week or next week or.
So I've heard that there's been like a pretty big resignations happening in the Liberal Party.
Net zero has begun to define that side of politics. So they're running, part of the team are running away from the net zero targets that the Liberal Party has had. The Nationals have abandoned it, of course. Yeah. Which puts them in a difficult spot. She's got Liberal senators say that if you run away from that, we'll resign from the Liberal Party. So this is a big issue, and it's a big issue out in our society as well, as we've spoken about last week with, Microsoft, Bill Gates turning away from it as well. So this issue, I think the Labor Party is going to face this at some point in the future as well.
Yeah. Oh, but I mean, with the struggles within the Liberal Party, there needs to be some kind of figure to come in and turn things around, because it seems though like there will probably be a Labor dynasty throughout the rest of at least this decade into the next as well.
I look, the way politics is now, I think it can change in 24 hours. I don't.
Yeah.
We'll see, but I think that branch of the Liberal Party, who's the senator from the Northern Territory that was national? She's the Indigenous senator.
Yeah, I know exactly. Is Jacinta
Namatjira Price?
Yeah, Jacinta Price. Yeah.
Jacinta, if she became leader, that would make it would shift the party to the right quite significantly.
Yeah, wow.
So that's the power struggle going on in there, and I'm actually watching because I'm expecting that the right wing, and just to be clear, that's the danger for me in the future. It is the right wing of politics that's actually going to bring in stuff that the Bible warns us about, which seems contradictory for a Christian to say, because they tend to take Christian values on. Mm-hmm. But I'm watching the Liberal Party and this power struggle because I'm expecting them to lurch quite significantly to the right.
Yeah, okay. As an attempt to garner, a new group,
Well, the world's going there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The world's going there. So as they pick up on that political reality, old politics is dead in America. Yeah. And will that come to Australia? I think so. Yeah. I think it will. Speaking of America, the shutdown. How many days are we now?
Oh, true.
40?
Yeah.
It's like 40 days.
Yeah.
20% are expecting air travel to be down as we're leading up to their biggest holiday. In Australia, Christmas is our massive holiday. I love Christmas.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Christmas enjoyer. I mean, I enjoy
you
Christmas.
Don't sound very
Christmas
enthusiastic.
With the fam. Yeah, Lindsay, you have reservations?
I loved Christmas as a kid. It got beaten out of my Eastern European family, though. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to go there. Okay, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, true. But of course, are you referencing a different holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Shell will tell you.
My favorite.
Yeah.
It's bigger than Christmas in the States. We don't understand that in Australia. We think everyone thinks
it's not
Christmas
bigger, but it's like the start of Christmas for
They
us.
love it. They love Thanksgiving.
Dude, I love Thanksgiving when I get invited to Shell's place to eat her American food. It's the bomb. Yeah.
Well, air traffic controllers aren't getting paid. This shutdown, if it keeps going, this is going to start to really hurt. Of course, already food stamps and the poor are really suffering. The threat is whether they're going to use a filibuster, whether they're going to remove the filibuster, which is that thing in the Senate that enables you've got to have a 2/3 majority to get something through. They can actually remove it, but the Republicans have gone all wobbly on that. Trump wants them to get rid of it, but they realize that then when they're in opposition, it's going to be used against them.
Yes.
But they had some elections over the last week. New York City mayor,
Yes.
Democrat. Yeah, and wow.
We talked about that. Mamdani. Yeah, and very polarizing.
Wow. Well, 50-something days before he's in. Let's see what happens. But there's all sorts of doom and gloom being predicted by the other side of politics. Let's see. Virginia, all of those governor races, they went to the Democrats. So that's got the Republicans a little spooked. A little spooked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very interesting to see. So, like, something that we've highlighted on the show is the idea, like, in American politics, how, it looks like the political climate is in these bigger population centers tend to vote Democrat, and the areas with, more rural areas tend to vote Republican. Are we seeing that changing? Particularly, I'm thinking of a state like Virginia. I know that Virginia has always sat somewhere, not squarely over on the Republican side, but are we seeing maybe a change coming out of the rural areas or the smaller areas more towards a Democrat leaning? Or
these are Democrat areas that have, the Virginia and all those places. The East Coast is very much blue, but there's definitely something going generationally. And young people are realizing they can't buy a house like other generations were able to.
Yeah.
All sorts of implications are coming through because of the type of economy we've had for 20 years.
Yes.
And that's going to be the big thing. And, of course, the grassroots, the door-knocking campaigns. And here's a lesson for churches. It's actually what's working for either side of politics, Trump's side as well. they have to have a ground game where they get out on the doors and actually interact one-on-one in person. Political movements that are doing that are winning elections in landslides.
Wow. So getting out, mobilization of people, going person to person, it's happening.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. And in America, particularly where it's not compulsory to vote.
Yes.
There's so many people that don't vote. If you can move that side of the population to vote, you can make a big impact. We're a little different here because we get fined if we don't.
That's right.
So everyone votes here generally.
Do you think the door-to-door thing has to do with people just getting burnt out on media influence?
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't beat networking. I say in evangelism with my pastoral team and my churches, this is what's working in Australia right now, is networking. Relational, not programming.
Yes, 100%. It's unfortunate, like in Australia, because of the fact that everyone has to vote. Elections are essentially won by those 30-second ads. I think, at least you see one 30-second ad. And it's, and it usually goes like, hey, the Liberal government's going to do this if you let them in, vote Labor. Yeah. And that'll win someone.
Low information voters.
Yeah.
That's Australia.
Yeah.
RFK is the health secretary has just banned mercury or a mercury derivative in vaccines.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
But what is coming, folks, is the link to autism. And far be it from me to be controversial this morning. But the studies and that side in the health area, in the vaccines, the link, particularly with very young children, infants being vaccinated, the link to autism and all sorts of other diseases is getting quite a lot of traction.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is a space that we're going to have to watch. We'll be last cab to move in this space, but America is really moving in the space of big pharma and vaccinations.
So it's really interesting the autism in vaccines thing, because like through and through, like where this started, if you look at it as a cultural phenomenon, it was a book that was written by a lady who had autistic kids, who had her personal anecdotal experience of, my kid had a vaccine and he came out of that experience bad. Like it wasn't a big peer reviewed, scientific based thing that really started the movement. But what you're saying is that is it swinging that way, that there is some
science is catching up?
Yeah.
I listened to these doctors who have made this a bit of a life study, and they've got the data. And it's. I had an emotional reaction as I listened, because I've got really good friends with autistic children who like strongly autistic, and it's a spectrum, of course, but it's a real challenge. It's a real challenge.
Yeah, and something we definitely want to, find answers.
And there's a whistleblower within the actual system itself who's come out and said, we've known this for years and we've ignored it and we've been wrong. There's a movie out, I think it's called Vaxxed. Mm-hmm. Man, I should have checked the name of the movie. Mm-hmm. Wow. So this is going to get bigger. This is going to get bigger.
Oh, definitely. Hey, we'll be watching the space in that area. Justin, thank you so much for joining us here on The Breakfast Show.